No, you said when people push you, that's when the nice guy goes away. Now, give us a game where somebody pushed you and you turned it up and told them who Wayman Tisdale is.
Well, I mean, if you notice, there's a big key word when I talk about it. I said, I almost got into a conversation. I never had a fight. I never had to, I felt that I was respected enough in the league that the players wouldn't go all the way there with me. But they knew that when they played against me, that they had a fight that night, for as they were going to have to work.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't like when you played against me, oh, he's so nice, come on, man, you remember me? No, you're going to have a fight. But, I think one of the events that pushed me, I think it was probably against Charles. And it was a night where Nancy Reagan had gave me an award, and I'm like, you are not going to push me to act like this in front of the First Lady. And we got into a big confrontation, and they had to break us up. I was like, I was the kind of player like, y'all better hear up and come get me, hold me back. Y'all better hold me back. But I looked good while I was getting into it. I look good, boy. I could post. That was about it, though.
That'd be great, though. That was great. And speaking of looking good, do you have a poster moment, like your dunk, your fast break, something that was your highlight?
Yeah, it never made it, but it was going to be on the cover of Sports Illustrated had we won the series against Atlanta. And I'm dunking over Kevin Willis, and Dominique Wilkins is looking up. They were all looking. So, but if it would have made the Sports Illustrated. Had we won the series, so much depends on whether you win or not. And everything.
Yes.
Oh, in the zone. Oh, we would have to win it. No, let's see. When I felt I was in the zone, gosh, remember game. Probably the game I had in college. I was in the zone, and that's the game I scored 61 points. I think I went from like 22 for 25 or something like that from the field.
Wow.
And so I felt like I could just pretty much do anything that night.
Were you talking trash that game? Were you letting whoever was covering you know that he had no chance that night?
No, when you're doing that, you really don't have to say much. When you're playing like that, you don't have to say much at all.
That's great. Yes, in the back.
Yeah, first, two things. One, what award did you get for Nancy Reagan, so you can get your props? Then second, what would be your all-star musical dream team and all-star basketball team?
The award I got from Nancy Reagan was a Just Say No. I had a Just Say No to Drugs campaign for kids, keeping kids out of. And she called me her Wayman. I was her Wayne. And she never called me Wayman. She said I was her Wayne. Wayne. And so she gave me the award and flew me to the White House and all that good stuff. But my dream team musically, of course. Well, let's start with basketball.
Basketball,
you got
dream.
Magic, you have your Michael. You have Kevin Johnson, who was one of the quickest guards for point guards. He's just, remember Kevin Johnson? KJ?
Yeah, we remember KJ.
Okay, you have Charles Barkley. This guy never practiced. There's a little myth about Charles Barkley. He never practiced. And I mean, when I say never practiced, almost never really saw him practice against, and I was there for 3 years. Mm-hmm. But he would go out and get 30 points and 20-something rebounds. He's a freak of nature, so Charles Barkley. And you can go on. I mean, definitely Kareem and those guys, because down to the money shot, when it came down to that sky hook, Kareem was the best, So I don't know how many more players I'm missing, but musically, gosh, Lee. George Duke.
Yes.
Of course, Marcus. You got Marcus Miller, George Duke. You have probably Kirk Whalum on saxophone. I'm speaking personally. You have on guitar, George Benson. George.
Yeah.
What am I missing? Drummer. Dave Hooper on drums. I think that God, there's a lot of great drummers, but I'm drawing a blank right now for drummers. And who am I missing?
Okay, keep going. Just it's your band.
All right, I can have as many people I want.
You have as many people as you want.
All right, the other keyboard player, let's get Bob James. Okay, I just love how clean and how beautiful these guys play. I mean, I never really realized how great he was until I got to play with him, and then he played on my record. And of course, I had to give him big props for that. So Bob James is in there, and Grover Washington. I mean, I used to get all his records, and I've seen him in concert time and time again, so definitely Grover.
Vocals. Who do you have on vocals in your band?
Jonathan Butler. Jonathan Butler. In fact, they accidentally delivered his bassinet to my room, you know. But Jonathan, I'm just kidding. I'll have to get him back. That's bad, ain't it? That's bad. That's bad.
That's good. Is that it? Is that the band?
Yeah, that's it.
So we know how you talk when you're playing ball. Now, when you guys are up here playing, and we see you walking around and saying things, what are you talking about?
If we're talking musical language, is so funny. It's so funny. If you see us do this, that means go back to the top of the song. Or if you see us do this, you go into the bridge or whatever. It's just little signals, but then you sometimes talk and, you know, you ask the guy to keep playing, or you ask the guy to shut up sometimes. You be like, yeah, be quiet now. It's so funny though. I mean, this is like a dream for me to come up here. Now, I had to learn the language, and then I had to learn how, you know, this is so much like basketball because this is a team.
Yeah.
The artist usually, that's your point guard. But everybody else, now I have to pass the ball. I have to pass it to each one of us to make this thing sound complete. And it's the team up here.
And how long did that take before you learned the language and knew the other players on the team and who does what, and you know, because what I see, and I'm sure everyone else sees it too, is the generosity of all of you, whoever the lead artist. When the other players, when your friends and others come out, you guys just step to the side and say, take it, go ahead and do your thing. And what's that like, you know?
It's great. You know, you have to realize that you can't do it all. There's not one of us up here can do it. I can't go up here and play everything. Maybe Marcus, because Marcus plays every instrument, but I don't think it's one of us who can do it by ourselves that can say, hey man, I can play all night and everybody's gonna love it every time I play. You have to know just how much to give them, how much to pull back and give the next guy.
We appreciate that, don't we? Give a round of applause for that.
Wow. She asked me when I'm playing, what am I thinking when it comes down to like a solo or when it's time for me to step forward. I used to be, when I first started, I used to be really programmed. I used to think, oh, I got to play it right here. But now that I got more and more experience and started playing more and more and learning my instrument even more, I want to learn it to where I'm like, not even a thought. But right now, sometimes it just feels how you feel it on the inside. Sometimes I might feel melodic, or sometimes I want to show everybody that I can play, so I might play a little bit more, play faster. But mainly, I learned how to pace myself through, and there's nothing more important than a melody. And when I do a record, if you can't sing what I just finished playing, I think we all just wasted 5 or 6 minutes of our time. So I really want to try to take, because I take so many of my songs and I'll take stuff out that a lot of musicians may love, but I don't want to alienate the consumer and the listener. So I keep it really simple and melodic, something that you can sing to.